Welcome to Before the Bat, the Gotham podcast, your guide to the TV show Gotham and everything Batman. I am Phil, and with me is...
Tyler, the great and powerful.
Kelly's in witness protection.
I feel bad for her. I mean, you can only be in witness protection for so long. So, I mean, she'll come back. Her name will be like, not Kelly.
We miss you, Fitz. Nah. If she's not back by, even if she's not back by mid-season, she did say she will be back for the specials we have planned when Gotham abandons you, but we will not.
Yes. So this episode,
The Executioner.
And yeah, interesting title. I mean, kind of it sounds like the same person who named the Electrocutioner. They're like, hey, I got this other one, the Executioner.
I think it's just a play on the judge, jury, executioner motif he's going.
Oh, yeah. By the book Barnes. I love when he's like, me, Nathaniel Barnes. I'm like, I don't refer to myself as like all of my names. Like me, Jonathan Tyler Patrick.
He's crazy. He's gone nuts. But just like with you and Barbara, I find Barnes more interesting now.
Yep. We didn't get any Barbara this episode.
No, but although she's in the preview for next week, so
good. But we didn't get any fish either, so that's a positive. Here's a question. We'll get deep real quick. Can Lee and Jim just be friends now? Or will there always be that uncomfortness of a past relationship?
There's going to be feelings between them, and it can only end one of two ways. They're going to get back together, or she's going to get killed.
Well, we know he's not going to die, so yeah. I guess that is. Hey, I did like seeing there was a new lady cop working at the GCPD. She didn't get a name or nothing. She just walked by Jim and said something to him. I was like, hey, look, a new extra.
Oh, the one with the crazy hair?
Yeah. Why was this episode, I kept thinking to myself, nobody stays good in Gotham.
Oh, well, Jim and Harvey even said, they're like, is that office cursed?
So I was like, I'm like, yeah, Jim. And then I thought to myself, Barnes, who could he be? And then he's like, I am the law. I was like, oh, so he's Judge Dredd. I'm the law.
That's what I thought when he shoved that guy through the wall last episode.
That, and I mean, when he just sits there and he has the three guys hanging, he just walks by and just all three of them just takes them out. Like, I was like, yep. Like you said, judge, jury, and executioner.
So did he really think he was going to get Jim on his side? Maybe because of the whole ex-bounty hunter thing?
Jim used to be a bounty hunter, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. All right, I got a question for you. Want to join me in my vigilante quest in Gotham? And Jim's like, what? He's like, come on, Jim. You know you want to.
No, Jim's back to being a straight and narrow cop. You could tell his voice has even lightened up some.
I'm good, Jim. See? My voice is 3 keys higher.
But yeah, no, Lee still has feelings for him. She lied for him. Her and Harvey.
Yeah. Oh, good old Harvey. I thought it was pretty interesting though when they were like talking, and Jim gives Harvey the address real quick of where they're going. Because he's like, I think Barnes is in on it, and they're like, no, not Barnes, no, it can't be Barnes, and he's like, no, Harv, blah 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 blah, and he's like, and then all of a sudden, Barnes flips the street and everything around on him. And Jim's like, oh, crap.
Do you think, even though he would never admit it, do you think Harvey maybe looked up to Barnes as like that, that the picture of Law and Order, and, he wasn't corruptible? And
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing is with Gotham is that's what you're looking for. And I mean, Jim even failed us with that. So, I just because he even said, I was wrong about the whole Gallivant thing.
Oh, Barnes kept rubbing that in his face. He'd be like, "Oh, what you felt that way the night Gallivant was murdered the first time?"
The night you killed Gallivant. Yeah, the first time.
Mm.
Does it really count if there's a second time?
I was gonna say, the first time with the umbrella, not the second time with the rocket launcher. Oh, but yeah, like I said, I was no more interested. I wonder if Barnes is gonna get out again this season, probably second half, because I don't know if the mid season's coming in at the end of the month because every list I've seen, it's like there's an episode coming up this Monday and then Monday the 28th, and then after that, I didn't see anything for December. So I wonder if that's their finale because that'll be episode 11 already. So
It could be.
that's like halfway.
I do like that Harvey got the best line in this episode. He said, "But Simon said," and he said it with a straight face, talking about the Simon dude, the good old plastic surgeon of the mob.
Mm-hmm. I just love Barnes. He's like, "Oh, the eyewitnesses said they saw you talking to him right before he died. What did he say?"
Simon said.
God.
All right, hold on one second. I gotta let the dog out. End of this, we're talking about Barnes, and at the end where he's just like yelling, "Guilty, guilty." All I can think about is the episode of Batman the Animated Series, where you had Harvey as the judge, just sitting in a cell, saying, "Guilty, guilty."
And then I think maybe they got some inspiration from that.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Guilty!" He just yells it.
I'm just like, is he talking about Jim or is he talking about everybody?
Yeah, I kind of think he's talking about everybody. Like, he's completely gone mental. But it's okay, because you know what? He got her blood, so it's going to happen. Poor guy.
I wonder if they're gonna find a cure or never find a cure.
They find a cure, like, "Hey, we found a cure." What? Yeah. Where's Barnes? Yeah, about that. Yeah.
I just wonder if after a while, even if they do have a cure, it's not gonna work because eventually it's just gonna damage his brain enough that there's no coming back.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He's just gonna be lost forever. But that's our good old Nathaniel Barnes in this episode. But let's talk about my favorite line of the entire episode, shall we? It was uttered by a young Bruce Wayne. He said, and I quote, "You do look nice."
Oh, to Ivy, yes. Oh, this was my favorite storyline in this episode. Is those three?
I will say the actress is doing a great job of acting like young Ivy.
Oh yeah, I completely buy that. Yeah, that's the same character.
She's like, "It's Ivy. She ate all my food."
It could only be her. I just love what she's like telling Selena. She's like, "Selena, when you look like this, men just give you stuff."
What'd you give them? Nothing.
Oh no, she's like, I'm at Ways or something like that, and then Selena's like, "Yeah, I bet you do." Do you think Selena's jealous? Yeah, good.
Bruce, like, "You do look nice." "No, Bruce, no. No, never. You red flag. Your girlfriend is there. Ivy's talking about looking great. Selena seems slightly jealous." "No, you don't come. You run. You run."
He's a teenage boy. He's not thinking correctly.
Thinking with the puberty hormones.
But yeah, I just the whole thing when she's like, when you look like this, guys just give you stuff, and Selena's like, she says, "Oh, what do you give them?" And Ivy says something like, I have my ways or whatever. You think Selena's jealous now of her?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Selena feels like maybe taking advantage because Ivy didn't come back right away, and now she looks like that. She's like an adult.
Because So I think Selena just she would, rather than sneaking around, she would love to just walk into a party in a dress like that and just smooth talk guys.
For real. I do like $1,000.
I know. And Selena's like, "You're an idiot." She's like, "Wait, 2,000, 5,000." She just goes to her. She goes, "How much should I
He's
ask?"
like 5,000. I'll give you 5,000 cash.
She's like, "How much should
today.
I ask for?"
Like, I'll give you $5,000. I'm like, I'm just still kind of like, Bruce. Like, you're hanging out with your girlfriend who's squatting.
Mm.
You have probably like a gazillion dollars in your pocket. I'm like, I'm not saying you have to constantly be giving her money, but come on, dude. Maybe like at least set her up with a place in the city or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't have to squat. Like, I don't know. At least to offer or something.
And it's like, where the hell was? I mean, I love the interaction with those three, but it's like, where the heck was Alfred? He just lets him like run around the city by himself.
Yeah, he's becoming Master Bruce now.
I know, but I mean, the Court of Owls is out there, and who else would just? It's Gotham. Who else would love to kidnap a boy billionaire?
Hold him for ransom. Give us $1,000 and we'll let Bruce Wayne go. Check his wallet; it's probably in there.
But I just imagine that was like a fun shoot for those three with who plays Ivy? It's like Maggie Gia or something. Yeah, her and the other her and the kid. That just had to be like a fun shoot.
And then we have our sad story of poor Ed Nigma.
Oh yes, lost Kristen. He was first he was huddled up listening to the sad music.
Of course, it has to be opera if it's going to be sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only type of sad music you can listen to if you're a show. If you're a rural show, it's country. If you're in a city, it's opera.
Well, I just love how he figures out it was murder, and he's like, I know who did it. And Oswald's like, what, you do? And he's like, yes, it was Butch. He wanted revenge. And Oswald's like, oh, yes, we'll find Butch.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes, you're right, buddy. I'm here for you.
He's like, who falls asleep 4 blocks from their house? I'm like, he's the Riddler. Like, he created puzzles and solving things, and he's like, Butch.
Mm.
Or when Oswald says Isabel, and he's like, it's Isabella.
Mm.
And I was just like, man, she didn't get to last long. I thought her brand of crazy was interesting. It would have been really refreshing.
Who knows? If she was a clone, maybe Hugo Strange has another one on ice somewhere.
Hey, that's pretty cool. But there'll be a third one.
Yeah.
I'll just back up a moment here. So it would be cool if Hugo has another, like Isabel, Kristen, Kringle, clone or something to release on Ed. I mean, because it would be kind of an interesting reoccurring thing if she just keeps showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I liked Oswald getting his painting.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, excuse me, I'm going to go find out what's going on. Ed. And then he gets Ed painted into the painting.
Mm-hmm. I just love when Eddie was waiting for Isabel's phone call and Oswald just like, oh yeah, well you know how crazy those librarian conferences are.
Okay, so that to me establishes they don't have text messaging in Gotham.
I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Did they even show Eddie has a cell phone? Because I know like Jim has a flip phone and stuff, but I don't think Eddie even had like any kind of cell phone.
You would think. I mean,
we haven't seen it. I think every time he's been on the phone, it's been like a landline.
Yeah, like Jim's had a cell phone. The police have it, but now Eddie's working for the mayor.
Does Bruce Wayne even have a cell phone? I mean, he could afford it. I don't know if he even seen.
He probably does. He just doesn't need it. He's too good for it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a hipster thing. He's like, I only go for old tech, payphones and landlines.
Well, who's Bruce going to call? I mean, Selena probably don't have a cell phone unless she stole one.
Unless he buys her one. Like I said, take care of your woman, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what about that? Ivy's like, oh, you two are a couple now, and Selena's like, no, he's not my boyfriend, and he's like, yeah, I am.
It'll backfire on the poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Bruce.
I'm surprised.
So
I don't know. Ivy's just using rich guys to get what she wants. I'm surprised she wasn't hitting on Bruce.
I want to know what that plant was. She's like, "Oh, I made this plant mix." And it didn't last very long. Poor Ivy.
I know she did. She hit the guy with that and then hit him over the head, and he still got up.
But it was kind of neat just to see, like I said, Ivy just more full out, and Jim's back. And my favorite was Barnes. This is my third favorite line of the episode. "You're not innocent." Boom. Barnes just blew the guy away. Like, you're not innocent. Boom.
You weren't there, but you're not innocent. I think that was the real test. He wanted to see what Jim would do, and if Jim would side with him. 'Cause otherwise, I'm like, just do it in secret, dude.
Yeah, he had to see if Jim would side for him. If not, Jim was going to be the fall guy. Welcome back to the Force. You're under arrest for the cold-blooded murder of Sugar. I thought he was making him up at first. I was like, oh, okay, cool, Sugar. Sounds good, Barnes.
I mean, what kind of underworld does Gotham have with these tough code names like Toad and Sugar?
Well, I mean, you got Penguin and Fish.
Yeah, I know.
And that set the stage right there from the beginning. I'm waiting for Sid the Squid.
It's just like, where's the, I don't know, we need tougher code names. Like Crusher or Mangler. Very odd.
Yes.
So yeah, like I'm saying, I guess there's only like two more episodes till the mid-season. I'm guessing. I have no inside knowledge, but
yeah, I've seen the same thing too. It should be coming up, which means that Barnes will reveal himself to actually be Prometheus or something.
No, but yeah, there's 2 more Mondays in November, and that they're both scheduled. And like I said, that takes us to episode 11. So I'm thinking that has to be the break because they're halfway. And I think it works with what they did last year. Because didn't they take all of December, January, and February?
They did, and it was cool. So it's a nice little break. I like that they do it like that, where they just take one giant break.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like these little mini breaks where it annoys the crap out of me.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I can't keep up. I don't know what's going on. I was going to say, I liked there was no Mad Hatter in this episode. We finally kind of shifted away from that.
Yeah, when he was looking through when Jim was looking through Barnes' files and he just saw the picture, I was like, oh, Tyler must like this episode. No Mad Hatter.
Well, it just like we said before, it just gets old when they pick a villain, they focus super on it, and then that villain's gone, and so we got the Ivy thing. Who's going to be Jim's new girlfriend? He's going to be hi. She's going to be like, this is too much fun. Hi, I'm Pam. Isley. He's going to be like, nice to meet you, Pam. I'm Jim. And then he's gonna be really find out that she's a 13-year-old girl.
I don't know if she was even 13, but he was just. She'll be like, "Do you have any food in your fridge?"
He's like, "Yeah, there's beer. Do you like beer?"
Although
I do.
I mean, Bruce should go to. First thing Bruce should do is go to Jim and say, "Hey, we found Ivy. Guess what? If a redhead starts hitting on you, don't go for it."
Oh, see, but Bruce is too innocent. He wouldn't think about, being hit on and stuff like that. He'll just be like, golly gee, everything is all nice.
Oh, please. He's dropped everything in the court of Al, the killer of his parents. He dropped all that because that's all he thinks about now is hitting on girls.
Hi, Selena. I'm not dark and depressed like I should be because I met you, and I know you're probably gonna break up with me, and then I'll become Batman.
Maybe he'll take her on summer vacation this year because at the end of every season, him and Alfred seem to leave town. So Maybe they'll take Selena this year.
Selena, Alfred and I are about to leave for our vacation. You want to go? Yeah. Sweet. Let's go.
Where are you going? Is there a lot of rich people I can rip off? Yeah, sure.
They'll never notice. They won't expect. They won't expect it. But I like this episode.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm liking this season. Period. Mm-hmm. It's a different shift, and I like season 2, so it's getting to be a better show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still not the greatest show out there for like being the comic book, you know.
It's very different because you get like some of the villains, but you really don't get like metahumans like the Flash and stuff.
Yeah, it's like you don't always get exactly what you want, but the show has its moments. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like the development with the older characters like Riddler and Penguin, and I'm trying to think some of the other Batman villains that could show up that haven't become into play yet that would actually maybe work.
Mm-hmm.
You got any ideas, Phil?
No, I'm just curious how they're gonna end this half of the season, and what new threat they're gonna set up. Because remember, they introduced Mr. Freeze at the end of the last mid-season, so. But no, I wanted.
You don't think they're gonna bring in good old replacement Bruce?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna switch out Bruce's, and what else did I say? But yeah, they're gonna switch out Bruce's. I know that for sure. I bet money on it.
And Selena, she'll be the only one that knows.
I don't know. Maybe I don't think she will. I think this is when she's going to decide to get close to Bruce, but it's going to be clone Bruce. And when she finds out, it's going to freak her out, and that's what's going to break them up.
This was really going to make Bruce angry.
Yep. But
well, only in Gotham.
Yeah, I was going to say I wanted to talk a little bit of comic books.
Sure, bring it. Let's do this.
Well, first, did you read the new issue of Superman? Superman, was it 11?
No, I just got caught up on Action. I was waiting for. I thought Superman 11 came out, but I couldn't find it at the shop.
Oh yeah, this week. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good. It's of course it's setting up Super Sons, which comes out I think February.
So long.
I won't spoil it, but yeah, there's a lot of Super Sons. So.
Because I mean, I really liked. I don't know if you're caught up with Action. I like the interaction with Superman and John.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool. I really liked the last issue of Action, past 2 issues of it. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to Super Sons, which should just be called Superman's Son and Douchebag.
Oh. I don't know. I think John will have a good influence on Damian, but
I think it's what Damian needs, honestly.
Yeah. But I mean, there was a lot of good Batman Superman interaction this week. Trinity 3 came out with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. There's that. It's really good. That's what me and Lilith were talking about. It that's been really good. But the one thing I wanted to tell you go get, Tyler, is Nightwing 9 came out this week, and Nightwing meets the real Superman finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, man. It's like my pick of the week. Yeah, check that out. Good Superman, good Nightwing.
Awesome. It is kind of crazy to think like this is the real Superman, like whatever that really means.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just very odd to say.
Well,
like
it's the one
think about.
It's the one we've known most of our lives.
Yeah, I mean, every time I think, oh, well, it's Superman. Well, this is him. This is all in continuity. This is, so it's just weird. But at the same time, I love it, and it is interesting what they've done with Lois, where they've kind of had her replace Lois.
I'm just waiting for that. I'm just waiting for that other shoe to drop because Superman's going to replace this whatever that Clark is. But
yeah, I mean, I think they're going to hold off on that for just a little bit. You know,
well, that's
Superman represents the stay-at-home dad right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I said on World's Finest. I'm just, they probably didn't want to do the whole Lois and Clark thing both at the same time.
they got to give Lois something to do right now because I mean John's going to go off super sunning it, and Clark's Supermaning it, so Lois has got to do something.
I just want to know how they're going to, once Clark gets back at the planet, how they're going to explain their marriage, because I don't think New 52 Lois and Clark were even dating.
No, they weren't. That was the whole thing, is they were just friends.
Mm-hmm. Now it's like
they never. I
was like, oh, hey, we're married and we have a 10-year-old son.
This is Clark's cousin. Yeah, it's Clark's nephew from his brother that died.
He's just like, seriously, Dad?
Mm-hmm. Shh, go. I make him call me Dad. It's better for his development.
All right, you know what? I have a question. You're the Kryptonian expert.
Pressure.
No, I was rewatching Supergirl with Danielle and Luca last night, and if Supergirl was Kara Zor-El, why isn't Superman Kal Jor-El?
Oh, that's because in Kryptonian culture, the female takes her father's full name as her last name, as her surname. So,
see, people, I told you, Superman expert.
Lara was actually Lara Larvon, because Larvon was her father until she married Jor-El. Mm-hmm. So the daughter, like when Sayla's born, she would be Sayla Tyler Patrick.
I dare you to name her that.
Jania, we're going by Kryptonian culture with our daughter. What? Yeah, she's gonna have my full name as her middle name. But yeah, so that's something I learned a long time ago, because I had the same question why she was Kara Zor-El. Nice. But that's just how females culture works, which is kind of neat. It's different.
Cool.
Score a point for me. Yeah.
So, do we have anything else Batman related?
I don't think so. I'm thinking real quick here.
Everyone just
supposed to be getting a new Justice League trailer soon.
Yes.
So that would be amazing. Just because I heard it's supposed to be like really epic and awesome.
Mm-hmm. And I was just gonna say, everyone stay tuned during the break when Gotham goes on its long break, because we're gonna be doing a bunch of Batman 66 specials. So.
Yeah, I think it's time we talk a little bit more about Batman 66 and just that whole thing, because I mean that's part of the culture and part of Batman's history, and we just had Return of the Caped Crusader come out. And,
as I was going to say, the animated movie's out, so we'll do that, and then we'll do some episodes from the TV show.
And the lovely Kryptonian Jania. Hey, Jania. So Phil and I are talking, and we were discussing, we're having a daughter, and that maybe we should embrace the Kryptonian aspect of her name, and her name should be Sayla Rose Tyler Patrick.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think maybe in your dreams. I think that
if you can't hear her, she just said it's probably in my dreams as she laughs at me as she walks away.
Oh, the world! Don't worry. The world heard.
I will. I'll wear her down. I'll keep talking. Maybe she'll be out of it when she's delivering, and I'll just tell the doctor real quick. I'll just slip him 20. But yeah, so the Batman 66 stuff will be cool. It's one of those things, like I feel like as a Batman fan, you love 66, and then it's like you reject it, and then you come to appreciate it again. You go through this interesting cycle where you're like, that's not really Batman, and then you're like, you know what? It's okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
It can. So. And I feel like that's just kind of how, because, for most people, I mean, up until the 90s, their first introduction was Batman 66.
Well, yeah.
It was easy.
Yeah,
it was easy.
Yeah, before the Michael Keaton movie, my first interactions with Batman was Batman 66, the Super Friends cartoon, and then, I got into comics, hardcore, like a year before the Michael Keaton movie came out.
So, I mean, that's just like a huge generation thing. Was just, that's all we had was 66. Even when the Michael Keaton movie came out, I remember Batman, it was kind of like I had Batman 66 and I had the movie. But Batman 66 reruns were on a lot. So I saw that more than just watching the movie repetitively. Because that was 89 when that came out. And so, I mean, it was a little bit of time. And then, of course, now a lot of people who are a little younger than us is the animated series was their stepping point.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, who knows? Because then there was just like bad explosion of everything. So Solomon will be like, what was your first Batman? He's like, animated series, The Batman, all of them.
The new Justice League cartoon.
Which, okay, so premieres November 27th, but I haven't found what time it premieres yet because I'm trying to set this DVR. For the action.
Is it Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
We'll find it.
And I'm curious about it, so yeah, we'll find it. It's out there. But anything else we can think of?
No, I think that's it. So let's get out of here.
All right,
everyone. If you have any thoughts, please share your thoughts with us on Gotham, Batman 66, anything Batman, including comics, or what side do you take on the big Tyler's Daughter's name debate? You can email us beforethebat@gmail.com. Facebook is Before the Bat, the Gotham podcast. Twitter is at Before the Bat Pod. We're even on Instagram, Before the Bat. Check that out. And of course, anything Marvel or DC, discuss it with me. NightwingPDP@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am at NightwingPDP. And check me out on another podcast, The Legend of DC, where I'm at, Tyler's at, Jania, who you just heard, is at, and a bunch of our friends. And check me out on Enough Said. I do all new Marvel Roundup and Super Connectivity with Charlie Esser, and I've had a bunch of interviews going up. Pretty soon, the Kari Andrews interview will go up. I just talked to him yesterday. Super nice guy. Very busy man, but check it out. It'll be a great interview. Tyler?
Oh, I was going to say, I really enjoy your interviews, Phil, every time you have somebody on. So I look forward to that. But you can find me, Tyler, at JTYPatrick on Twitter and Gmail, as well as you can find me on the Krypton Report. And that's Krypton Report pod at Gmail and on Twitter and Facebook, where we talk more Superman, Supergirl. We're going to open up a little bit of a discussion about Superboy here soon, with Young Justice Season 3 coming back. So look forward to that.
Oh, yeah. There will be reviews and everything with that. We might have a secret project in the works for Young Justice. And me, Tyler, and someone else may be involved. So
I like
tuned.
it.
All right then. I guess that's it. Come back next week. We're almost to the mid-season. And who knows who's going to go crazy next. Or get a new body. It's all up in the air in Gotham. But until next,
or who the new leader of the police is, just
who wants to put that target on their back? Yeah.
Or some random red shirt person that gets to be it for 3 episodes before they get shot.
All right. Well, until next week then. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
The Gotham Podcast. Guilty.